Why embarrassing content is so difficult to suppress conventionally. To understand why creating positive content often fails to suppress embarrassing information, you need to understand how Google's algorithms evaluate relevance and authority for personal name searches. When someone searches for your name, Google attempts to surface the most relevant and authoritative information about you specifically, not generic content you've created. This creates a fundamental problem for reputation management. The embarrassing content about you is often highly relevant, it's specifically about you and your actual history, and appears on authoritative domains, news sites, established blogs, government records databases, major forums. Meanwhile, the positive content reputation companies create, LinkedIn profiles, personal websites, social media accounts, press releases, often lacks the specific relevance and established authority to outrank the damaging content. The result is predictable. You spend $5,000 minus $20,000 on conventional reputation management, creating profiles and content across dozens of platforms, and 6 months later the embarrassing content still ranks on page 1 while your new positive content sits on page 2 or 3. You've spent a fortune, waited months, and the problem hasn't improved. Meanwhile, you've potentially lost job opportunities, business deals, or personal relationships because people continue finding that damaging information. This is the breaking point where many people discover negative SEO suppression, not because they want to use aggressive tactics, but because they've exhausted every other option and are facing serious consequences from content they cannot remove through legal or conventional means. Consider a specific example. You're a business executive who was involved in a lawsuit 8 years ago. The lawsuit was settled with no admission of wrongdoing, but a blog post written at the time ranks number 3 for your name. This blog post is the first thing potential employers, clients, or investors see when researching you. You've tried contacting the blog owner, no response, consulted an attorney. Removing the content would require expensive litigation with uncertain outcomes. And hired a reputation management firm that created positive content, still sitting on page 2 after 9 months. Visit the link in the description below.